At that hour, the earth had been naked except from the late people and the Tuareg of the night, and the rest of the day's awakening was roaming on the road, going to its beds, while I stretched out my eyes and turned them in the opening and interrupted road, as the uprising of panic rose up, and the trembling of the heart was fixed with my whole body, as the sting blows with its tongue, when I saw the two children. Two little ones strayed from their families at this night, walking on the edge of the road in humiliation and brokenness, and their feet are calculated from slowness, and in action do not walk, but budge a little bit, as if they were standing. The eldest of them is a child who is 5 years old, and the other is a 3-year-old child, descending in the waves of the night. And they have descended from the concern in the search for their home. What comes down like him, who is overthrown by fate, if he rides the dark sea to reveal a new land? Fear is evident in their little eyes, and you see it overflowing from them on what is around them, so that both of them think that the houses on his right and left are terrified children, and they are damaged, as a lost sheep turns away from her flock, and her blood is not moved by instinct except the fear of the wolf. And they pull together behind the rays that pop up in the road, as if the lights of lamps are the way of their little hearts. Two interruptions in the darkness of the night, and not on the ground is happier than the night of the sleeping child. So will there be more miserable than the night of the lost child. Their dreams slept, and their eyes woke up to the terrible dark truths, and they were lost from the house, and they think that the house is the one lost from them. Two children in the weight of two burdens of humanity, but they carry the weight of arches of horror. O you who has no God but him, who else but you to these two ants in the misdemeanors of this night, which is like a point of your anger? You have brought them out in this loss, the smallest exhortation to the eye, alerting the greatest truth in the heart, and showing them to humanity an image, if according to a genius, creature drew it. To attract all the sorrows of the soul, the image of love walks supporting to the breast of mercy in the path of unknown coincidence from beginning to end, and upon them the humiliation of orphans from the family, and a dwelling loss among people, and the darkness and gloom of nature. I saw the child, and she noticed in her little brother the instinct of a complete mother. She pulls on his hand with her hands together, as if since she knew that she was lost, trying to reassure her brother that he is with her, and he will not be lost while he is with her. What is in her heart in the language of the tongue, She overflowed it on his body in the language of touch, or neither of them nor that, but she derives from his little masculinity to protect her femininity, inspired by the nature in which she was established. And when they stood before us, this little one used to turn in the faces of people orphan gazes that bounced back on his heart with merciless pain, as he witnessed many faces that do not have that beloved human form that he does not know of all God's creation except in two, his mother and father. When I saw the two children, I joined them to me, and distracted them from the gloom of the heart with the pleasure of the belly, and I buried all their pains in some pieces of sweets. So they tasted and laughed, and looked forward to a new safe life. And while we are on that, as the blackness rose, coming like the spirit of a dark night, clouding the road, and it turned out that if a woman was falling like the same wings, as if she was drifting strongly, burning inside her, and then her eyes took us, and if she is the mother of the two children, she looks from her eagerness, and her two sons, as if trying to kidnap them from afar with the power of her heart, and she did not know that it was only that. Her soul was spread on her face, tangible in her looks at the two little ones, and she had a body or put paradise under her feet. Are the two children, when they saw their mother, and flicked their hands, shake the wings, and then she pressed them with her body and tears and kisses, and fused by the fusion of the whole part, and the arms clashed in the arms, so as not to differentiate between the three of them in the meanings of love, only old and small, returned with them as a child, as if her history begins new in an hour of the intervening hours, which turns then the date.